Every year, the same CRM comparisons come out. Best CRM 2026, Salesforce versus HubSpot, top 10 CRMs for your business, and every year they compare the same things. Pricing, features, integration, AI. But the problem is that it's not how CRMs actually fail. So this video is not a best CRM list, it's a core first comparison, and we will start from what actually matters and only then look at the things everyone talks about. So why this comparison is different? Quick reminder from the previous video, CRMs must be compared from the core outwards, not the other way around. So here is our priority order. We have structure, trust, scalability, simplicity, and then commercial factors. Basically, if a CRM fails at level 1, 2, 3, it shouldn't even be in the discussion. Data model and structural fit. Can the CRM represent reality without workarounds? And this is the most important table because this is where CRM actually differ. So how can we actually read this table? Here we are evaluating structural flexibility, relationship handling, real-world fits, but not marketing promises. And what stands out immediately is that Salesforce and Microsoft Dynamics 365 have the maximum flexibility. Basically, they can model almost anything, but complexity is the price. HubSpot is slightly less flexible, but has an extremely strong real-world fit, and it aligns basically with how most companies actually work. Though CRM has a decent structure, but limitations appear way faster, and pipeline is very opinionated. Excellent for one thing, but limiting outside that scope. All the DIY CRM, spreadsheets, Notion, Airtable, etc., they are flexible on the paper, structurally fragile, because simply not a CRM. So what you need to remember about this table is that Salesforce adapts to almost any business, HubSpot adapts to most businesses, and Pipedrive adapts to one business model, but it does it very well. Can you trust the data without babysitting it? This is where many CRMs quietly die. Not because they are bad tools, but because no one trusts the numbers anymore. And for this table, we are looking at validation, deduplication, auditability, and trust at scale. And we can see clear patterns occurring. Salesforce and Dynamics benefit from enterprise-grade governance, strict rules, and full audit trails. HubSpot, in the opposite, is a strong balance. They have enough structure without heavy admin overhead, though is acceptable but relies more on discipline. Pipedrive will work while things are simple but breaks when reporting becomes strategic. Or spreadsheets, DIY, Notion, Airtable, etc. They have no trust, no rules, and no ownership. The hard truth is that a CRM with bad data is worse than no CRM at all. Then we move to the third table, which is scalability and structural evolution. Where does each CRM hit a ceiling? This is not about number of users, it's about complexity over time. So what can we see in this table is basically Salesforce and Dynamics, they have virtually no ceiling. The complexity is manageable if you have the good resources to make it happen. HubSpot can scale very far, but not infinitely. Excellent until you need to face true enterprise fragmentation. There is a good midterm, but ceilings appear earlier. Pipedrive will often outgrow structurally, and spreadsheets, they are already broken. And what you need to understand is that you're not choosing a CRM for today, you're choosing it for your next phase. Will people actually use it? Only now does simplicity matter, and here the ranking flips. No surprise, Pipedrive has an instant adoption and a minimal friction. HubSpot represents, according to me, the best balance. It's powerful but usable and scales without killing adoption. Though it's usable, is rarely loved by teams, and Salesforce and Dynamics are powerful but heavy. Simplicity comes after a really good implementation. So let me clarify something. Simplicity is a multiplier, not a foundation. A simple tool with bad structure is still a bad CRM.
If you're watching this and thinking, oh, that actually makes sense, but I would like a clear way to apply this to my company, that's exactly why I created the ultimate guide of choosing the perfect CRM for your business. It's not theory, it's not a comparison tool, it's a free practical guide that will help you understand what your business needs from a CRM, identify which type of CRM fits perfectly your situation, and reduce the risk of fail during migration or implementation. It's really designed to turn reflection into decision. So if you want to access it for free, let's continue.
We're talking about pricing, ecosystem, support, and time to value. This is where most comparisons start, but actually it should be where they end, because as long as a CRM has API, features are never final. You can add tools, extend functionality, integrate services, but you cannot fix a broken data model, repair bad structure with integrations. Let's be very clear, this ranking assumes one thing. Structure is more important than trust, than scalability, than simplicity. And with that lens, we can see that HubSpot is winning, followed by Salesforce and Dynamics 365. Then Zoho, Pipedrive, and Spreadsheets. So now let's see which one is good for and bad for. HubSpot is per default the best choice in the real world because it's good for growing companies from 10 to 500 people, B2B, B2C, SaaS services, teams that want adoption and structure, fast ROI without heavy admin. On the other hand, it's bad for ultra-enterprise complexity, extreme security constraint, and CRM as ERP fantasies. In most of the cases, HubSpot isn't the most powerful CRM, it's the most reasonable one. Then we have Salesforce that favorizes power at the cost of simplicity. It's good for large enterprises, complex B2B, regulated environments, but is bad for speed, lean teams, business-first organizations. Salesforce is unbeatable when complexity is mandatory. It's overkill when simplicity is a lever. Then we have Dynamics 365, which is Salesforce but Microsoft edition. Is excellent if you're already all in Microsoft. IT is driving the CRM, but is less ideal if UX matters a lot, speed of execution matters. Dynamics is great if your DSI is a real CRM user. And then we have Zoho CRM, which is rational, affordable, but have a limited ceiling. It's good for budget-conscious SMEs, Zoho One users, but is bad for high UX expectations, long-term complexity. Zoho is logical, but is rarely inspiring. Regarding Pipedrive, it's basically perfect until it's not anymore. It's good for small sales team, short-term closing. It's bad for marketing, ops, and long-term CRM vision. Pipedrive is a great sales tool, but is not a strategic CRM backbone. The spreadsheets or DIY CRM or Notion or Airtable, it's a false economy. Excel is not a CRM, it's technical depth with a UI. So the real message, there is no best CRM, there is a CRM that fits your structure and one that doesn't. If you compare CRM from the core outward, the choice becomes obvious. If you compare them for features inwards, you are gambling.
As I mentioned earlier in this video, if you want to go one step further and actually apply this to your company, I put together the ultimate guide of choosing the perfect CRM for your business. It's a free, practical guide, not theory, with clear questions and exercises to help you understand what you really need from a CRM, identify which type of CRM fits your situation, and reduce the risk of fail for migration and implementation. So if you're in the middle of a CRM decision or you know one is coming, I'm pretty sure you will find it useful, so don't hesitate to access it for free in the description below. It was Greg, I wish you a great day and see you next week.